CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
A house in the middle of us.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Andrea Jock, and Tom Lucas.
Andrea, Bill, Dwayne, let's go. Oh, Canada.
I can't sing. Oh, no, that's
no, you're right. You can't sing. Bill? Oh.
No, I can't.
Oh, Coward City.
We want to keep the listeners.
Happy Canada Day weekend, you guys.
Same to
Happy
you.
Canada Week to you.
Yeah, it's a long weekend for most people, but Bill's out working. You're out in Powell River this weekend.
I am. I got my grandkids out here, and we celebrated Canada Day, and we had some little foamy wands with flags on them, and that was great.
Well, we're having a good time here at the open house. I know that you're busy over there in Powell River, but Andrea and I are having a good time. We're just showing some people around.
We sure are.
Yeah, I think your dad's going to come over. We're going to build a little deck out in the back a little later on, eh?
Yeah, we're going to talk about how...
I'm waiting for that barbecue. I can't imagine barbecue in the back. Barbecue.
Well, that's what we're talking about today, how to use your outdoor space and take advantage of having maybe an outdoor kitchen out there.
All right, now Billy Macklem, who is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, is on the line. He's the resident mortgage expert on the show. You will have your mortgage rate update in a few minutes. Plus, you'll be chatting about something very interesting to the hearts of all of us, Bill.
We're going to talk about the difficulty today in buying a home. There's the reality of what's going on in the business, and then there's the psychology of that reality, which is really kind of strange. So we talk about that. We might talk about a possible increase in mortgage rates, and we're going to talk about homes in Powell River.
Our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, takes a look at the cost of West Coast real estate.
And we're going to talk about building, bringing the inside out, the outside in, with somebody that's near and dear to the hearts of all of us on this program, right? Mark Jock. He's the CEO of Mark Craft Homes. He's also the Radio Real Estate New Home Specialist. So we'll be talking with Mark pretty soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So listen, if you missed a segment of our show, and I know that you're over there in Powell River today, but you do have the internet over there.
We do.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, that's because he is on the internet right now.
Is he?
Yes, and I wish he was with us.
Yeah.
What are you looking at there,
I know
Bill?
You're looking at your iPad.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at my iPad. I'm following along on our script here, so I'm trying to be really careful.
Well, if you go to RadioRealEstateJuly2ken2017, RadioRealEstateJuly2ken2017, you can hear Bill talking about the internet and any other interesting thing that we're going to talk about as well in the program. Right, Bill? What else is going on?
Right. Well, Academia, we got President of Mummy Maid's chats about an environmentally friendly. You know what? I think this woman has written a book on environmentally friendly. You got an environmentally friendly solution to the pile of laundry. I do too. I say burn it.
I say buy something new, right?
Exactly.
Where it once thrown away, the Radio Real Estate Show news headlines are coming up. I'll be reading the headlines from the stories that made the news this past week. Bill and Andrea will give us their expert opinions, and we'll be chatting with John Murphy. John is the sales and marketing manager at the Lauren in downtown Squamish.
Our mortgage question of the week is coming up. If you have a question, please leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateJuly2ken2017.
All right, that's RadioRealEstateJuly2ken2017. This is the Radio Real Estate Show. It's the Canada Day long holiday weekend. Bill Macklem is here, and he has your weekly mortgage rate update. Bill, what's it like to borrow money this week?
It is fabulous. So, there's always some questions. I had a client call me just this last week, said, oh, well, you've got me this great rate, but I saw online that I could be getting an even better rate. Why can't you get me that rate? And I was commenting to him, I said, there's always somebody that's got a one-off. There's always somebody that has a rate that's different. Looks like you should get it. Why can't I get it? Because we all want the cheapest rate we can get. We're all like that. Mm-hmm. Except that if you look at the rates a little bit more closely, you realize that you have to put less money down. It's an insurable deal, or it's got some kind of special features to it. And so what we're looking for is mainstream lenders giving us mainstream rates that are going to be good not only today, but 6 months from today, and be looking after you whether you live in Manitoba, Alberta, BC, or Ontario. You can take your mortgage with you to wherever you're going to go. So it's got to be specific. So that's one of the things to be concerned about. The other thing we can be concerned about is that variable rates are fabulous right now. But the problem is that when the Bank of Canada starts talking about increasing the rates, you may say, oh, that may not be so good after all, unless I've got a really big discount. Maybe I should be looking at fixed rates. And fixed rates today are in that 2.69, 2.64, might even be able to get down 2.59 rates. So we have some good rates out there.
All right, thank you, Billy. The next segment of the program, Bill will answer the mortgage question of the week. We'll also examine the Radio Real Estate News headlines, and we'll be speaking with Mark Jock, the CEO of Mark Craft Homes. We're talking about building new homes, bringing indoor out, bringing the outdoor in, and maybe just having a good time this summer, right?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Well, the letters come in. They come in every week for Bill. I don't know why Bill gets so much mail. You and I never get an email. This is not right.
He's a popular guy.
I guess so. Billy, are you ready for the question of the week?
I definitely am.
Great. This week's question comes from Bill D4 of Nanaimo. Bill says, I always hear you talking about getting pre-approved before I start looking at a property. What are the benefits of a pre-approval?
Well, thanks, Andrew. That's a great question from Bill. One thing you want to think about when you're getting pre-approved is you want to make sure that you know what your income will support in terms of the purchase price of the home that you're looking for. What happens, though, a lot of times is that when you go through a pre-approval process, and I'm finding this out, I had a client come in just last week who had actually talked to 2 other brokers before they talked to us, and the information gap between the 3 of us was totally weird. What we do is we actually act as if we're the bank, if we're the lender, and we actually underwrite the file so that we have the information we need so that we can make intelligent advice to the client. So we ask for the pay stubs and the income verification. We ask for the documents showing the down payment verification. We ask for the notice of assessment. We ask for pay stubs because we want to make sure that when we're giving advice to people that they can go out and buy a home, that they know they can go out and buy that home. And what happens a lot of times is that you might get incomplete advice, not bad advice, just incomplete advice based on income, maybe on the job, but not looking at the fact that, gee, half the income that you're getting on your notice of assessment or on your T1 General was from either RSPs, capital gains increases in values because you sold some properties, but it wasn't income that the banks would look at on a 2-year average. So it's really critical to make sure that when you get pre-approved, you're getting pre-approved properly by people who are actually underwriting your deal. We still send it off to the bank to get the rate. So, but the banks only give you the rate. They don't underwrite the file until it's actually a real file. So you got a real offer because they are so busy that they don't have the time to look at every pre-approval that comes in because their ratios on pre-approvals going live are very minimal, whereas ours are very high. So we make sure that you're qualified to buy what you're going to buy. That's the benefit of getting pre-approved.
For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
And as a public service announcement on the Radio Real Estate Show, Bill, it's this Tuesday. We have to have our property taxes paid by, right?
That's right.
Now, if I was out getting a mortgage today, could I include my taxes in that mortgage or not?
Yes, you could.
Oh.
You can actually include your mortgage payment portion on a monthly or biweekly basis with your mortgage payment so that the bank is collecting it for you. And at the July 1st deadline, you can get your taxes paid by the bank because you actually paid them all along.
Okay, so I'll watch you Tuesday. You go down to the bank and you pay my taxes for me, right?
No.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Look at that crane. I see a dump truck. Construction site. Construction site. A bulldozer. Excavator. Construction site. Construction site.
It's the construction site, all right.
Do you like that one, Mark?
Beg your pardon?
Come on, Mark.
you
Now, did you like
listening?
that song? The
We're playing
construction
a song for
site.
you.
Tom, you know what?
What?
I forgot to listen to it.
I guess you're just going to have to listen on the replays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm
Because
sorry.
I picked these songs out with love for you
Yeah,
every
and he
week.
dances and he gets really
I
excited.
know some of them are great. Now some of the blues you play with
Wow.
fantastic. Now I'm gonna have to have to hear that one again.
Well, our friend
What
Bill.
I was looking at a picture of an outside gazebo deck concept while you were playing your music, Tom.
Well, you know what? Our money guy on the show, Bill Macklem, he has a nice big sun deck at his house, and he wants to invite us all over there to partake in a barbecue. What do you think?
Well, he's been threatening that for a long time. Now I'd like to see some action on that.
Well, I've been over there at Bill's house once, and when he puts a party on, he really puts a party on. Let me tell you.
Well, pick a date. Let's pick a date.
Except, Mark, the thing was, he didn't tell you though that you have to build the new deck before we go over.
That's the catch.
Yeah.
I see.
Let's talk about decks today.
Yeah, let's talk about decks.
Let's.
You're talking about probably because we generally are dealing with new home construction. It's obviously a lot easier to incorporate these outdoor features at the time of the build. And we're getting more and more requirements by our customers for solar paneled roofing systems that will open up when it's beautifully sunny out, and it will enclose, in the rainy season. Of course, it never rains around Vancouver.
Mm-mm.
Right? Never. So the idea with outdoor living is to try and enjoy year-round usage, and specifically with some of the fantastic outdoor kitchen opportunities that we incorporate in our homes. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Bill has one of those, but you can get with the stainless steel wine coolers, beverage coolers, of course, the cooktops, and we can create some outdoor kitchen areas with counters, eating areas, covered areas, non-covered, you name it. But, man, what a beautiful way to enjoy a weekend like this.
And you know what, Mark, another nice trend, too. I think a lot of people are really focusing on these really neat, elaborate outdoor fireplaces as well, to make it warm and cozy. So when it's cold, you can sit outside and put on the fire and still use that space.
That's right. And, they're not that costly, really, in the big picture. I mean, your gas line... you get a good mechanical gas connection going, and again, with new construction, we quite often put in 2 or 3 of these locations. So you've got mid-level decks with a different kind of fireplace treatment. We can have nowadays they have fireplace treatments that go right into your table. They're linear. They're very exciting, kind of fun to sit around at night and have a fire effect. And, enjoy your meal or, a drink.
Now, Mark, do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing at the 1080 Uplands? You guys have planned something really neat for that outdoor space, because there's a pool, and aren't you guys designing a separate little outbuilding, like a cabana?
Right.
So what's that about?
It's a kind of a matching arboretum with, it's a post and beam structure, which matches kind of everything we're doing with the strong, the concrete post detailing on that contemporary style home. And we have an area which people can kind of congregate off the swimming pool. And again, we have a small gas fireplace in the inside and a small bar area. It's just fabulous.
So it almost feels like you're in a hotel or something. Hotel living.
Mm-hmm. It's very similar to that, where they're different. And within that home and the patio areas and what have you, there's lots of different conversational areas for people to kind of tuck themselves away and get away from the pool area if they want, and that's what the Arboretum was all about.
I talked to a lot of builders, I talked to a lot of realtors over the days, over the weeks, over the months. They keep saying this one expression to me: you take the outside in, you take the inside out. I think nowadays it's a little bit of each, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're trying to create less and less wall space and more glass and more open concepts and it makes sense, I mean, enjoy your roof overhangs and we're going to the extent nowadays in some of our homes where the ceiling treatment, as specifically in Anmore, was a oak panel system in the ceiling, and we extend that right through the softening to the outside. When you open up your sliders, you have this 16-foot opening space, and you really can't. I mean, you can't differentiate between the indoor outdoor. It's fantastic.
So it's seamless.
And
nice.
So we get a lot of that, and the importance, I think, for that kind of living is so enjoyable. Get out, get in.
Well, I would think one of the things I've always found the problem with is that most of us, when we're designing our houses, is that we don't think big enough.
Well, quite often they don't, and you don't incorporate things like, your roof overhangs, because you want to be, one thing you don't want to do is have about a 2-foot eave overhang and go outside in the patio, and then it, subject to rain, and weathering conditions, you're not going to be able to use that area. But such an easy thing to kind of think ahead and do that.
Mark,
when I built my first barbecue, I thought, well, 8-foot barbecue area. It wasn't big enough.
It's Bill. No wonder it's never big enough for you, because you eat 12 hamburgers at one time.
Oh my goodness.
Bill's a big boy. I'm just kidding. So listen, Mark, Bill needs your assistance and your expertise over in the barbecue. Can you come inside now for a minute?
Well, what we'll do is, you bet, we can get our landscape designer over, and that's where we start. We like to meet with the folks and get an idea. If it is a renovation situation, we'll put the plan together, Well, it's a plan. Again, we put the budget together, and we can get that signed off, and we're off to the races and produce the product.
Is this something we can do step by step, or is it something that needs all to be done at one time?
No, but I think that's a very good question. I think what you want to do is you want to design the total picture. And then, as your budget grows, or you have funds available, you're adding on to a comprehensive plan, not a piecemeal plan.
Sounds good. Now, Mark, if somebody would like to get a hold of you to talk about taking the outdoors in and the indoors out, what's your telephone number?
604-461-2560 during the week.
Okay, the number again?
604-461-2560.
All right, you come on inside now. There's a hamburger with your name just waiting for you.
Great.
Talk to you next week, my friend.
Have a wonderful Canada Day for everybody.
Happy Canada Day weekend to you, too.
You too, Mark.
Mark Jock, that's right. CEO over there at Markcraft Homes. They do great work. Great work. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, coming up on the show, we're going to talk about the real estate stories that made the headlines this past week. We're also going to be speaking with John Murphy. John is a sales and marketing manager at the Lauren in downtown Squamish.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrea Jock of Tentacle Group Real Estate Marketing, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
CL 650.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy CIL 650. And this morning on the program, we welcome John Murphy to the program. John is a sales and marketing manager at the Lauren in downtown Squamish. Hello there. How are you?
Hi, Tom. Great. Thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Happy Canada Day weekend to you, my friend.
Thanks, and to you, too.
You guys are doing a lot of wonderful building. You're over in Squamish. First of all, tell us a little bit about Squamish. Why is it booming all of a sudden?
Sure. Well, it's not really all of a sudden. It seems that way living in Vancouver if you haven't been there in a while. Things like being ranked the number one best place to work in BC by BC Business. Attention like that comes as a result of a whole bunch of work that's occurred over a long period of time. Some of the things that are really dramatically changing Squamish are the new university up there, Quest University, which is absolutely stunning. I wish I was of a university age and going to school because it's just a spectacular setting. And economically, things like the new Sea to Sky gondola are far more successful than anyone expected. The economic drivers in the area really, Tom, transforming it from probably one of the most beautiful places in BC and incredibly close to Vancouver to an area where there's great job growth.
Interesting. I understand that the Lauren is in a downtown area that's under redevelopment. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, it's right at the corner of 3rd and Victoria, which if you were to drive off the highway, turning at the McDonald's, heading towards the water, would be down close to the water and then 2 blocks right. So the area is really transforming. There's recent low-rise construction completed just across the street, which is a view west towards the water. The really attractive thing about that in a new condo building is that you're not going to have something built right across from you that's going to take away your view, and the views are just stunning. There's also a brand new building on the same block just on the other side of the alley, which is being completed by Kindred Construction.
So Bill was wondering, he was talking to me earlier about this, John. He wondered what the views are like. Are they just ecstatic from all locations?
Yeah, they're just stunning. As you probably know, the views in Squamish are up, out and up, as opposed to down, like they would be in some other locations. Mm-hmm. And every one of the views, every single unit in the building has a phenomenal view. The greatest ones are from the penthouse level. The building's been designed with a 2-story high glass on all of the penthouse units, which just creates a spectacular view.
Wow.
Nice. What's unique about the building?
Quite a bit, actually. It's a really fresh design. It's a natural feel. So if you thought of a building that you'd see going up in Vancouver, they've all got a very clean look, but in some senses a bit cold. The architect is John Sproul and Associates from Vancouver, and they've done just an amazing job on coming up with a design that is quite fresh looking, but also has a natural feel about it. So it actually fits in Squamish. John has designed all the unit layouts, so there's 36 ultra-efficient 1- and 2-bedroom units. They're all livable square footage. There's nothing micro about them, but they're extremely efficient living and for rentals, which quite a few people are interested in. And the penthouse level, as I mentioned, all have 2-story glass, walk out to just the spectacular rooftop decks and a level of finishings that's just stunning.
Well, the amenities that come with the building, are there any amenities? It sounds like it's a fabulous place.
Yeah, there are. Well, the main set of amenities just comes with being in Squamish. So outside of just about everything you can imagine recreation-wise, inside the buildings, some of the amenities that you wouldn't normally think of as being on an amenities list, but are things like a manager's office. We've been involved in projects right across Canada, and what we found is that if there's not a manager's presence in the building, it's just not a great building to be in long term. So in this building, one of the things that John designed in the very beginning was a small manager's office off of the lobby, which will make a very big difference to everybody going forward. Things that you would consider normal amenities would be things like the bike storage. In the research that was done before the building was even planned, a lot of time was spent to look at who was moving into the downtown area of Squamish and what they were looking for. And one of the things that came up is that many of these people have bicycles that are worth more than cars. So kind of working around that, things like in-suite bike storage, and along with that, inside this very extensive planning process, came the thought of, well, hang on a minute, do we really want bikes in a high-end condo building? So things like the design of the hallway finishes, designs of the areas, right down to a bike wash with a jet dryer. Just looking at how the building's going to be used, and the fact that some of these bicycles might be worth $15,000 or $20,000, but if they are coming into the building, you want them spotless. Storage, probably the greatest amenity, I think, is the rooftop deck, which has a barbecue area, water feature. They're referring to it in Squamish as the Sky Lounge.
I have a question here from Bill. By the way, we are speaking with John Murphy. He is the sales and marketing manager at the Lorien in downtown Squamish, a wonderful brand new complex. This question actually comes from Bill this morning for you, John. He wants to know if all the units have access to the Sky Lounge.
They do. They do. The penthouse units have direct walkout access. It is private from the penthouses, but every unit in the building can access the Sky Lounge. So it's something that everyone's going to enjoy.
Sounds really nice. Can someone buy a unit, rent it out, and are there any rental restrictions?
They can. We've had a tremendous amount of interest, and it's really coming from 2 different groups. Well, actually 3. So entry-level purchasers that are trying to buy their first place and have been priced out of Vancouver and still have pretty lofty aspirations as to the quality level that they're looking for. The next group are people that are actually looking at investment units. They realize that the rent per foot in Squamish is at a level almost equal to Vancouver, but the purchase price per square foot is still substantially less. So the building is set up to accommodate rentals if people want to. I mentioned that there's a manager's office in a very small one, but it's in off the lobby. And the program for the HOA and the strata has been designed so that there will be a resident manager, and that's been incorporated. So you not only can you rent it out, the building's set up so that it can be properly controlled and monitored, and the unit size and the layouts are all rent optimized. So if you're buying, even the 1-bedroom unit is actually designed to sleep through a flex space in the living room against the glass.
Kiva mentioned his manager's office. Has a manager been chosen for the strata?
Gateway Management, who's based in Vancouver and probably one of Canada's largest, is very experienced in mixed-use buildings. So every approach that was taken to the Lorien was looking at 10 years out and how's this going to be operating and how's it going to function. And Gateway rose to the top in the selection process just based on the number of buildings that they operate that are, I would describe them as fairly high-end, but also involving some rentals.
John, when do you guys start construction over there at the Lorien?
It's slated for September of this year, but we're actually ahead of schedule. So the demolition is going to occur in August.
Nice.
There's the current site is the old Mountain FM building. So on the project website, there's a 360-degree panorama, and it currently includes this brown building, which will be gone in August.
Great. Can you give us a little hint as to pricing?
Yeah, the ones are going to be from $299, twos from $369, and on the penthouse level, 3-bedroom units, as I mentioned, with 2-story panoramic glass, loft ceilings, electric finishings. Those units will all be under $600.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic value.
Yeah.
Wow. I've already been getting some calls already. You've been talking with some of the people that are interested. Anybody else that you can see that are interested in this project?
Yeah, what has surprised us, actually, we expected the smaller units in the building to sell almost immediately, and we thought it would be a while before people understood the penthouse units. And surprisingly, the interest level is almost equal. I guess there's no other product like that up in Squamish. And one of the fellows that was looking at it, who's a realtor in Squamish, described it as basically the perfect unit for somebody who's selling their house, wants to live in close proximity to Vancouver and have a lock-in lifestyle, lock-and-leave lifestyle, but still live in something fairly spectacular.
Now, John, if somebody's listening to the show today and during the week they want to get some more information about the Lauren, can they give you a call at the office?
Absolutely. Our number here at the office is 604-620-3428, and the project website is investinsquamish.com.
Investinsquamish.com.
Yeah.
Fantastic. John Murphy, you have yourself a wonderful Canada Day weekend.
Thanks very much, Tom.
Thanks for being on the show with us. We'll talk to you again. Okay. You've touched.
Okay, take care.
You're welcome. Thank you. That's John Murphy, and he's the marketing guy over there at the Lauren in downtown Squamish.
Yeah, it sounds like a great opportunity. I'm actually interested myself.
Let's go.
I'm going to go check it out.
Let's do some news right now. Okay. Oh, first of all, we're going to sing this little song. You ready for this? Step back in 1967. Were you born then?
No.
Oh, okay. Then you probably don't know this tone, but the rest of this people, we know this one here. Everybody sing. Now, this is the part where Bill Macklem sings. Go ahead, Bill.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, no. 150 years old. Unreal, isn't it?
That is.
No kidding.
My God. That's what they were singing back in 1967 when Canada turned 100 years old.
Wow.
I remember that.
I remember that, too. Vaguely.
I was in Winnipeg.
I was just a little boy then.
I was. We were driving our car around the perimeter just to celebrate 100 years of Canada.
All right, time now for the Radio Real Estate News headlines. Here are the stories that were making the headlines this week. Bill and our friend Andrea will give us their personal opinion on the whole subject matter. It seems a local designer says there are enough construction leftovers to build tiny houses. You should know about this,
well,
young lady.
I believe it, yes. I think that, you'd hope that there actually shouldn't be. People should be ordering the right amount of materials. So we're trying to protect the waste. I know Marcraft's very cautious on recycling, and there's lots of restrictions around that. So, but that's interesting.
And Bill, you plan on doing some building in your place too, so you'll be ordering correctly, right?
Well, it depends on what kind of tiny home you want to build. I mean, I've got some construction material right now. I can build a small tiny home I can put up on a tree and use it for one of my birdhouses.
Okay, I'm moving in the morning. All right. Now, the face of Chinatown is changing. As we all know, way too many new businesses are moving in. They have nothing to do at all with the neighborhood, and that's what a lot of people are saying downtown. That's what is so problematic about the system in Chinatown.
Yeah, I think that's disappointing. I really think they should try to keep within the culture and keep that vibrant community going. I don't know why this is happening or why they're allowing it to happen.
I'm sure the Chinese Association, business association down there, have tried to get some things done, but you know what? If taxes are increasing and not allowing the Chinese community to build the kind of buildings they need to maintain that culture, then we're going to lose that. I mean, look at San Francisco. I mean, that city made some major decisions on maintaining the fact that they need to have Chinatown as a vibrant part of their community.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It seems like astronomical prices for a Joyce Road condo complex are Well, let's put the red flag up for many people. What do you think?
I tell you, prices are going to keep on going up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't supply, you're going to have a real problem with pricing. And we're going to talk about that in our next segment.
All right. Now, owners of a second home are protesting this vacant movers taxes. So if you own a home and you don't live in it, they're going to charge you tax, right?
I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair?
No, I think that, people should be able to have a second home that they're using for, their retirement, and then they want to maybe go to Florida or Arizona and spend some time there.
Well, that's just it. It's the retirees.
Yeah, so it's not, I think, you work hard your whole life, and now you just want to enjoy, and you're getting taxed. I don't think that's fair.
All right. Now, Billy, here's a question for you. It says the governor of the Bank of Canada, he says the days of low interest rates could be ending. He strongly suggests that the Bank of Canada has finally caught up with the bullish forecast. What do you think?
Well, I think he's right. I think that on some aspects of what's going on here, you got to make sure that the economy stays functioning. But 2 months ago we didn't have that. Right now the dollar is very strong based on what he's saying. But I would have to say that he's probably going to be at least he's thinking of September. I'm thinking you're probably going to have to wait till the next quarter for that. That's for sure.
All right. That's why you are the mortgage expert on the show, Billy. Billy knows these things. He knows these things.
I'm thinking that they're going to wait because you know what? You don't want to jump too soon, because if you jump too soon, we got another problem.
In our next segment, Monica Dean Albriga, president of Mummy Maids, talks about an all-natural, made-at-home, environmentally friendly cleaning solution that promises to give life to you and your your pile of dirty laundry.
Oh, you've seen my little basket at home, have you? Okay, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. More information is coming right up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrew Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing. Producer Dwayne Bishop and Director of Marketing and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
Little bit of Monica by my side. Where's Monica when I need her? I need to get this pile of dirty laundry, and I have no idea how to make it clean. I need Monica. Are you out there, Monica? Hello, Monica. Where are you?
Oh, isn't it a wonderful day today? You work hard, you rush around and try to get everything done. You think you have everything under control. You start looking for children's outfits, some for yourself, for tomorrow's busy day, and you forget to put the laundry on. And then the ones that have gone through the washer and dryer, well, they're still in the laundry basket, unfolded and not put away. Or worse, you haven't done your laundry for some time, and they're wet and moldy clothing all over your rugs. Your house starts smelling of mold. It's not too cool. Not safe. Now you're resorting to throwing out your favorite outfit and replacing your rugs. This may be a little dramatic, but sometimes life can be a challenge. The best advice I can give is doing one load every evening. Wash, dry, and put away. I mean, right away. If you can't handle it all, remember, cleaning companies offer this service too. They will clean your house as they do your laundry. Get help. Take some stress out of your life. This is Monica Dinabriga for Radio Real Estate.
Mummy Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959, 604-533-4959, or visit mummymaids.com. That's mummymaids.com.
Isn't that patriotic?
Beautiful.
150 years old. And Bill's throwing a party at his place tonight. Of course, mind you, I noticed you're over there in Powell River, Bill.
Yes.
What's Canada Day like over there? Do you celebrate Canada Day in Powell River? I guess
fabulous. It was fabulous. We had a parade, and we had boats going up and down the straight here with flags on, all celebrating Canada Day. It was wonderful.
Nice stuff. Well, we know that, Andrea, of course, your area of expertise is out there in the Tri-Cities.
That's right.
Let's pretend there's new people coming down the street today. They've never heard you talk about the Tri-Cities before. Number one, where are the Tri-Cities?
So Tri-Cities are located in Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody.
Now, you had a wonderful property over there. Bill and I were very interested in it. It had its own dock, had its own beach.
Yeah.
It's sold?
It's sold. Oh. Congratulations to my sellers.
I told you we should have moved faster.
Yeah. 4.8 million.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
What a bargain.
So very good for the little community of Belcarra there. So they've got a record-breaking sale and this year, so that's exciting.
Anything out there is still available for sale?
Absolutely. We have quite a few listings, actually. So anywhere ranging from 1.698 for a beautiful house with a swimming pool, 3 bedrooms, and gorgeous lot, ocean views. Then we have another nice one on an 18,000 square foot lot with the most spectacular view I've ever seen. You can see right down the inlet. And this one comes with a dock share potential. So if you have a boat, you can park your boat, hop, spend an evening crabbing, going to Deep Cove, come back, barbecue, enjoy the views. It's real pretty.
Well, Bill and I are getting kind of long on the tooth, as you know. Don't say a word. And we're looking for a place like maybe a condo or a townhouse where you don't have to do the work. Anything like that available?
Yeah, there's some great options. Actually, Port Moody offers 2 fantastic communities, Cedarbrooke and Newport Village. So if you're in a condo, it's kind of like, imagine like a little Whistler-inspired location. So you can enjoy your condo in the village, and then you take an elevator down. You don't have to drive anywhere. All your shops and services are right beneath you, and parks. And now everyone's walking to all those new breweries. Like Canada Day was nuts. The lineups for these breweries, I've never seen anything like it. Moody Ales and Parkside and Yellow Dog and Twin Sails. So they're all lined up. So people kind of do this brew hopping now.
So what you were telling me that on Canada Day, which was yesterday, that the entire Tri-Cities were loaded.
Oh, I've never seen anything like it. It was fun. Loaded. I mean, it was busy.
And how come you know the names of all the different pubs?
Me? No, I don't know. I might be a little bit of a connoisseur now.
And there's a little something for everybody out there in the Tri-Cities, right?
Yeah, there are. And then, Port Coquitlam offers Minnetonka Park and lots of new developments. And Burke Mountain is a fabulous place with lots of new homes and townhomes. And Polygon, I believe, is having a new townhome development coming up soon that I'll get some more information on.
Interesting. Now, if somebody would like to talk to you during the week, can we get them to give you a call?
Yeah, my number is 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124.
And of course, you do have a website?
I do, pinnaclegrouprealestatemarketing.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com.
All right, now here's what's coming up on the Radio Real Estate Show, Billy.
Yeah, we're going to be chatting about the possible increase in mortgage rates, as we were talking about earlier. We're going to talk about the difficulty in buying a home, the reality and the psychology of that same reality. And we're going to talk about some houses in Powell River. What a beautiful spot. I'm going to actually send you a picture of it.
Hey, Bill, I was just in Powell River last week.
Really?
Yeah, I went with my grandpa. He was here visiting and with family, and I was just there.
You know what? You're supposed to bring him over to see my mom.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to do that. Yeah, like you said, I was right by that Laughing Oyster. That was neat.
Exactly. It would be fabulous.
Yeah. Is that what Grandpa's calling in LA? The Laughing Oyster, huh?
Yeah. This is Andrea. Oh,
go ahead.
This is Andrea Jocka, Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing with Bill Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
CIL 650.
Let me ask you this question, Andrea. There's a house for sale. It's a long holiday weekend. Lots of people think, let's go out of town, and we're looking for a house, but let's not go house hunting today. Should they come on a long weekend?
Yeah, you know what? We get lots of people out on the long weekend. And here's what I find when I'm doing my open houses on the long weekend. The people that come in are serious buyers.
Are they really?
Why else would you be out looking for a house?
It's kind of like the people that go out on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve looking for a house, right?
Exactly. They're serious.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we got a special song for Bill Macklem right now. And
I've got Canada in my pocket, a little bit of history, a penny and a nickel and a quarter and a dime mean a lot to you and me. It's more than pocket money. They're the symbols of our land. They're pictures of important things for which this country stands.
That's good.
Yeah, I remember your mom used to say, go take care of the pennies and nickels will take care of themselves or whatever. That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It's a lot of Justin Trudeau singing, I thought.
I think it was. And I think it was his dad up there on harp in the background.
Maybe.
As somebody brought up on Friday morning on the show, back in 1967 when we were having Canada's centennial, it was the dad that was the prime minister. Now that we're having Canada's 150th, it's the son that's the prime minister.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. So I think you should have had some more boy children, Bill, so you could retire.
My goodness.
Yeah. So listen, if I wanted to borrow money for a house or for a down payment or maybe for some renovations, it's getting a little bit tougher nowadays to rent or rather to get money for a mortgage, isn't it?
It is. It's it's almost as if the banks have conspired with the government of Canada to slow down the housing market by making it that much more difficult to be approved for the mortgages. They're still going through the process. There are obviously still people getting approved. it's just taking much longer and meeting a lot more compliance issues than we ever have before. It's really different. I've had a lot of people get frustrated. I probably spend more time on my mortgage approvals discussing why we got to get all the paper than we do actually about the mortgage.
So it's just as hard then for the local mortgage broker as it is for the person looking to borrow some money?
Not quite. Because of the fact that we do such volume, the lenders listen to us a little more carefully, a little more closely, and give us a bit more, they give us a little bit of faster response. But for the average consumer, it's becoming difficult. I have a lot of clients that have gone to their own banks and have ended up coming to me because we just seem to make it easier somehow. I think maybe the reason why it may be easier is that they actually have someone that, first off, they got the same person I'm going to talk to every time. I'm not on a 3-day cycle. So I'm always there every day, so to speak. The other thing is that it's nice to talk to somebody on an ongoing basis about their financial needs, financial responsibilities, what they want to do in the future. So it's nice to talk about the same person rather than getting passed back and forth within 10 or 15 different people who are getting either promoted or transferred.
And Bill, isn't it better because you have more options, right? You can work with lots of different types of banks and lenders. If someone's going to their bank, they've got to stick with the rules and regulations within that bank or that institution.
Absolutely. It's not like the old days where some of the guys used to take an application off a client and then just throw it against the wall and hopefully some bank would approve it. Our banks talk to us on a regular basis. They're in our office probably at least once a month just to say, hey, this is our products. Do you have any clients that fit into these products? And so we tend to know their products fairly well, sometimes better than their own lenders. And so, therefore, we know where the client would actually fit. So we're customizing the mortgage to the client's need rather than trying to force the client to take a product that they don't want.
That's great.
Now, Bill, do these rules and regulations, these new rules and regulations is making it so difficult for people to borrow money, do they apply to all different age groups or just a certain age group?
All right across the board. Right across the board.
I see.
So you people have great wealth, great equity in their homes, great equity in their second homes or third homes, good companies. They got to dance through the same dance as someone who's got 5% down.
So whether the person has blue hair or gray hair, they should go and see their mortgage broker, right?
Absolutely.
Bill, if we want to get in touch with you during the week, what number should we call?
Give me a call at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
What about our website, Billy?
It's BillyMac.com. That's BILLI, not a Y.
MABC.com. I love how you say that. It's the Radio Real Estate Show and Smooth and Easy CL 650. Finn Jensen will chat about the cost of real estate here in the West Coast right after the break. Billy?
So we're saying this is Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, with Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing, our producer, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
A wonderful day on Canada's 150th birthday weekend. Happy Canada Day to you.
Happy Canada Day,
Billy. Happy Canada Day to you.
This is just a fabulous weekend.
Did you like the barbecue we put together for you?
Oh, I tell you, we're going to do this barbecue thing. I tell you, we've been done with Mark for a while. I'm going to talk to Kathy, and we're going to set something up maybe next week.
Didn't tell you though, you have to do all the cooking.
I don't mind.
You're a great cook. Our friend Finn Johnson. Finn Jensen is down from the roof. I guess he's barbecuing too. Finn, what do you have in mind today for the folks?
Good afternoon, Tom, and good afternoon, everyone. The good people of Vancouver must be scratching their heads at the cost of real estate. It is kind of bewildering. Some of the reasons seem to be what can be expected. The shortage of land and the cost of development, everyone agrees, must be some of the main reasons. Other causes are more difficult to see. Not that they're hidden or hard to find. It's just that it's everywhere, right under our noses, in fact. A mighty good answer could be that we're now constructing homes with ever more detailed and expensive materials, oftentimes higher-priced imported items that normally would not have been included a scant decade ago. It appears to be an ongoing competition to see who can produce homes with the most stunning design and finish, utilizing the latest and the best. All of this, of course, can't be cheap. Somebody has to pay for the labor to put it all together, and the architects, designers, and structural engineers. These highly trained people have to be paid for months of work long before the shovel hits the dirt. It's not the humble bungalow anymore. Those famous 90-day wonders that put Canadians into their own homes by the thousands. Count your blessings and a happy Canada Day. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
For your seasonal maintenance, call Gentech Mechanical Installations 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740 and ask to speak with Finn.
Okay, but he's busy right now.
He is.
He's busy.
He's back on the roof.
All right, you guys, I wanted to talk about something pretty serious. We have a couple of spare minutes here. Let's talk about the psychology of the buyer. You were saying to Bill on the phone just a while ago that there are some of your buyers out there that are afraid to buy right now.
Yeah, they're scared. So, Bill, I just had a conversation with some young first-time home buyers, and they said they're really intimidated by the market, multiple offers, the fact that they feel like everything is so rushed and that they have to, get a pre-inspection or read minutes or do all this work ahead of time and then not even be guaranteed that they'll even get the home.
Yeah,
so they're feeling quite intimidated.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying they feel very intimidated by this market. So I don't know what suggestions you have or how we calm down their psychology, but they're feeling afraid.
Well, we have the same problem with realtors, and I'm not saying anything bad about realtors. It's just that there's no foundation. Like there's no steps. Like in the old days when you had a property selling for $300,000 and it's on the market, it's a good chance to sell for $300,000, maybe $305,000. In today's market, it's selling for $300,000. It could sell for $320,000. It could sell for $440,000.
Yeah.
It depends on who wants the property the most. And what's happening is that there's no foundation for the realtor to give any advice to the client, saying, "Well, this is what it's going, so you should do that."
Oh, it's tough.
There's no steps.
No, there really isn't.
You can't give great advice.
It's hard, and that's kind of what I'm saying to my clients. Well, if you're approved for 800, then maybe you look lower. So try to see if you see something like in the 750 range, and you're going to have to, pay more. So just make sure that you're not looking at your top budget because everything is going into multiples.
Oh, and really we get a lot of people asking us if we can do subject-free offers. Well, subject-free offers are dangerous because even though the client hasn't been approved and the client is solid, the lender doesn't know anything about the property. Right. So if it's a home, there's less of a chance of difficulties. But as you get into strata, whether it's a self-managed or whether it's a property managed, maybe there's some remediation coming up the next couple of years. We don't know all those things until you go through all those minutes that you're talking about. And then there's that magic word called water ingress, which means that, hey, we might have a water problem on the decks or on the roof or someplace, and that causes even more problems.
Actually, Bill, I got a question for you, too. What happens if you pay in the multiple offers, you pay a top dollar for this property, then all of a sudden the appraisal comes in lower?
Then we got some problems. Normally what happens is that if it's a longer closing, like with it past the 30-day set, as the more and more properties are being sold at that level, the appraisal can be redone to reflect that value. But at today's value, that's a problem.
Now, Andrea, if somebody would talk more about real estate with you during the week, can they give you a call?
Absolutely. They can call me 604-783-3124.
The number again?
604-783-3124.
And your website is?
PinnacleGroupREM.com. PinnacleGroupREM.com.
And Bill, if somebody wants to talk about money and mortgages, how do they get a hold of you during the week?
Please do. Give me a call, 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
And you have another wonderful website. Let's do it together.
BillyMac.com. That's BILLI, not a Y, MAC.com.
Not an I, not a Y, MAC.com. Yeah. I like that.
Exactly. It's my favorite saying.
I know he has it written on his van. He says, the other side of Billy. Oh, my goodness. You guys, thank you for being with us here on the long holiday weekend.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you much, Tom. That was fabulous. What a great day. And thanks for the cake with all the red and white on it. That was fabulous.
It's the least we could do.
For Canada Day.
And when you get back, the barbecue's at your place, right?
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to it. Bill, thanks so much. Happy Canada Day to you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Andrea, happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Dwayne, happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you all again Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock on CL 650. It's Tom Lucas for everybody on the Radio Real Estate Show. Happy Canada Day. Thank you. Bye.